Okay, so let's continue. No, next is intellectual property infringement. So intellectual property refers to ideas or works that individuals or firms create and includes a variety of proprietary intangible assets. No, so usually mga discoveries and inventions, no, artistic, musical, and literary works, and the like. So usually, kini ang pinakasakit, no, because usually pag mo yung intellectual property rights mo nitong atong mga gift na buhat, no, nga kitay una naka discover, kitay una naka invent, no. So one good example, no, sa amo ang klase, no, sa doctorate nami teacher kauban, no, mga pharmacy, no, mga pharmacist, so pharmacy nga aspect, pharmacists sila class, then sila jud dapat ang nakauna atong discover, no, or buhat og formula with regard sa katong tambal sa dengue, no, using tawa-tawa, no, tawa-tawa ba to, no? So sila jud tong una nadaog ganito sila sa pag-present, no, sa ilang research. However, wala lang jud to nila nabut na patentan, no, wala nila na applyan og patent. So mga pila ka months later, no, nakabalo lang sila nga hala naanay same, no, sa ilahang na discover. So that's sad, no, kay tungod wala may patent, so walay nagunit, no, nga exclusive ra sila makagamit ana. So sad lang to nahitabo. So that's why importante jud ning kuntahay na amoy mga kuan na natay business ato ang trademark atong ipa-register, no. Then kining mga copyrights, no, pag mo copyrights class, these grant protections to creators of art, music, books, software, movies, and TV shows. So usually pag ato ang field, no, sa atong business is more into arts, music, so dapat natay copyright nga ginagunitan. With regards sa patents, this confer the exclusive right to manufacture, use, and sell products or processes. Usually, ang mga nakapatent karon is kanang mga tambal, no? Kay kung sa tambal man good, for example, biogesic. Si biogesic is hatagan na sa kuano pila ka years. Kung tayo siya una naka-discover ana or naka-invent ana nga tambal, or na siya lang dapat ang manufacture, no, kana siya nga lab ang dapat lang manufacture ani nga tambal after depende, no, unsay na pila ka years ang nakabutang sa patent, 20 years ba, 25 years, after 25 years pwede na to sundugon, no, pwede na mo manufacture lain. So basta generic nito, mahimo na siyang generic, for example, no. So naana ni mga branded and other nga mga kuan because wala na may patent, no. So that's it. Okay, so piracy and counterfeiting hurt world economy in various ways. So this would really affect, no, sa mga business establishments, particularly katong mga naga-engage og international business and trade. For example, international trade, no, in the field sa international trade, exports of illegitimate products must compete with trade in counterfeit goods, no. So meaning luoy kay itong mga original, for example Lacoste, no, usually here in the Philippines, or for example na lang Havaianas, no? So Havaianas daghan kayo mga imit, no, so makig-compete jud si Havaianas versus katong class A. Mo ana sila nga unsa na imong Havaianas kanang original na, o original class A. Kuyaw na ding original karon kinanay class A, no. However, kato siya is somehow considered as imit na to siya, no. So meaning makig-compete karon ang original versus sa katong imitation. So usually ang mapalitan baya or kusog og sales is katong imit, no, kay mo ana man ang tao diri na lang ko kay barato-barato, mura pag Havaianas nga original jud, depende na sa mailad ana. So maapektuhan ang katong original, no, or legitimate product. Next is with regards to direct investment. So firms avoid investing in countries known for widespread intellectual property violations. So usually kung known inyong country nga grabe manundog, no, So, maapektuhan ang direct investment. Dili na ganahan mag-invest ang mga international kanang businesses sa kanang country kay tungod known man, no? So that's not good, no? Then company performance. So piracy and counterfeiting undermine the sales, profits and strategies of firms that produce legitimate products. So maapektuhan jud ang performance sa company, no? Katong sa mga nag-offer og legitimate product kay tungod sila na ang baba og sales. Katong imit na ang dagko og sales, no? Innovation. So with regards sa innovation, katong mga original or mga legitimate nga mga businesses dili na kaayo ganahan, no? Di na ganahan mo na mo engage into research and development because ilang ginahuna-una useless man kisundugon namang gihapon ta, no? Then tax revenues. So pirates usually don't pay taxes. So which together with reduced legitimate business activity hurts government tax revenues. So kung kinsa pa tong kuan ba ya illegal mo patoy dakog income. So pag mo intag illegal wala jud kay na sila wala sila naga-follow, no, sa kung unsa. So meaning wala sila naga-report, no, or naghatag silang taxes. So that's why that could really affect, no, the economy sa isa ka country. Then criminal activity. So piracy and counterfeiting often encourage or are supported by organized crime. So supported man na sila, no, mga black markets for example. Then natural environment. So intellectual property violators disregard environmental standards when producing illicit goods. So usually kining mga illegal nga mga products gikan pud ni sa illegal nga mga processes. So that could really affect, no, the environment. Then national prosperity and well-being. So in the long run, widespread piracy and counterfeiting harm job prospects, prosperity, and moral standards in affected nations. So makita na nato, no, ah, dawat magani ni, no, kini na lang magbuhat po tagin ani, no, iimit po daw din natong kini kay wala pa imitation. So masundog na, no. So lain na ang national well-being, no, sa tao. Next is CSR. So CSR refers to operating a business in a manner that meets or exceeds the ethical, legal, and commercial expectations of customers, shareholders, employees, and the communities where the firm does business. So when we talk about CSR, no, going back sa concept sa business, di ba, ang unang question is that unsa man jud ang pinakaunang reason or objective nga magtukod tag business. Ang first reason jud or a main reason why we really put up business because we really want to earn profit or income. Later on sa ato ang business, as we earn income, importante, no, other objectives jud dapat sa business is to have this corporate social responsibility of which we will give back, no, sa community kung sa ato ang nadawat, no. Usually ang CSR man god is dapat kanang mas muhatag pa ta, no, mas mo deal ta with regards to sa process, no, atong ninduton atong proseso kay para malipay atong stakeholders ana, para okay ang stakeholders kini manghatag tag inani nga project or program kay para maka-give back ta sa community, no, and mo follow ta sa kung dapat unsa kay para makita sa ato ang stakeholders nga tarong ta nga business. So that is CSR, no. Settings of CSR. Adhering to CSR principles implies a proactive approach to ethical behavior in which firms not only seek to maximize profits but also to benefit society and environment. So examples of CSR values include avoiding human rights abuses. So CSR na siya, no? Considered as CSR if we avoid human rights abuses, no? Wala na to ginakuan ato ang mga employees, no, gina-exploit. Then upholding the right to join or form labor unions, no? So usually if we have CSR, di ta makulbaan no nga naay mga labor unions. Kay we believe nga okay ra nga naay labor unions because we will really have a room no to really hear no comments, suggestions or mga mulo sa labor unions. Then eliminating child labor no. So kung sa atoa diri sa Philippines 18 man ang legal age, dili ta mo hire og below 18, so we should have to follow no. Then avoiding workplace discrimination, so dapat tanan no. I mean dili dawaton tanan pod kay kun isa ra ka bukang vacancy, I mean pwede mga apply ang tanan no. As dili na ta mag-discriminate nga bawal inani, bawal inana. As long as naka-graduate no, kung tayo mo nang minimum qualification, then we will accept no the application. Then protecting the natural environment, guarding against corruption and undertaking philanthropic efforts. So diri na matagak no katong mga community service no, undertaking philanthropic efforts, maghatag og mga programs kay para sa community. So that is considered as CSR. Kay usually baya pag mo intag CSR, diretso na ta mo conclude nga maghatag tag inani. That's already CSR. No, no, dili na considered as CSR jud. Ang CSR man gud is dapat continuous no, sustainable nga programa para ihatag jud sa katawhan no, mga philanthropic efforts. Then dili lang kay buhatag sa community, dapat internal nga mga processes is okay pod no, okay pod ang mga internal processes. Then we also have successes and failures of CSR. So failure to adopt CSR behaviors can have adverse, even ruin ruinous consequences. So usually katong mga business establishments no, mga international business establishments nga naga-engage into CSR kay okay jud kay ito no, because if naga-follow tag CSR or we have CSR, ang concept man gud sa tao ana is hala nindutan ni oy but-ana ani nga company oy, so meaning maka-establish tag good image and reputation. However katong mga business establishments no nga wala nagahatag og value sa CSR, madaot jud no, kay usually naman ay mga feedback ang mga tao, hala nagagamit ba na siya dili maayo nga mga raw materials, so meaning dili na ganahan mo palit ang mga customers sa imuha. Next is sustainability. So this is the most challenging part no sa development no. Usually kita tao no, we really aim for development. However, ang question anong development man gud is that how can we sustain that development no? So dapat naagyapon tay mga actions with regards sa sustainability. So sustainability implies the development and execution of company practices that avoid harming the ability of future generations to meet their needs. So it is endorsed by economic development experts, environmentalists, and human rights activists. So the sustainable firm carries out value chain activities in ways that protect and preserve economic, social, and natural environments. First is beneficial agricultural practices. So the appropriate use of crop rotation and natural pesticides improve the quality of crops, no? So usually sa agriculture nga side, kung tahay nagtanom tag humay, pag harvest magtanom na pud tag munggos lang sa no. So naay mga crop rotation. So that's good no for us to have sustainability sa soil no, fertility. Then water conservation, no? Clean water is an increasingly scarce resource worldwide. So companies that depend heavily on water seek ways to recycle used water and minimize waste, no? So then air quality protection, reduce energy and fuel consumption. So usually kining reduced energy and fuel consumption, mga simple ways lang god. For example, kung kamo ang mahimong manager no sa isa ka business, inyong i-mandate nga dapat after pag tungtong ug alas 5 sa hapon off na tanan aircon. So that will really help no sa energy consumption, reduce energy consumption. Then increased use of solar and wind energy and improved work processes. So usually pag mointag sustainability, ang atong ginatan-aw diri nga aspect or field is ang economic, social, and natural, no, environments. Then, sustainable business simultaneously pursues three types of interest. First is economic interest. So, this refers to the firm's economic impact on the localities where it does business. So, ginatudluan ba ito sa economics nga dapat tarungon og gamit, no? The effective utilization of scarce resources. So meaning kung atong business is naga follow og inani, okay, no, we will have this economic interest. Next is social interest. So this refers to how the firm performs relative to societies and social justice, often termed social impact. So unsa man ato ang pagdala, no, sa ato ang business, okay ba ato ang business, no, the firm with a strong social interest optimizes work conditions and diversity in hiring. So meaning ginadawat ba nato ang tanang pwede manarbaho, no, sa atong business. Then lastly is ang environmental interest. So this is the most important dyan, no, because natural resources are really scarce, no. So dapat atong i-consider, no, atong environment kay diri ba ta naga-live, no. So dapat kung tahay mga dili maayo nga practices, kung nagabuga atong factories og mga harmful chemicals, dapat ato tong hipuson og tarong, no, kay para dili maka daot sa environment. Then last one is the role of corporate governance. So as totality, no, the three nga atong gi-discuss, ethical conduct, CSR, and sustainability is challenging for most firms. So especially those with extensive operations across many countries. So magdepende na karon kung unsaon nato pag-govern, no, should we have this good corporate governance. So kinsa man jud dapat, no, ang focal point aning corporate governance. Katong mga senior management jud dapat ang mo hatag aning or mag-follow aning corporate governance. That's why the senior management should have to create ethical standards or code of ethics nga dapat mo na i-follow, no, sa tanang factories, no, bisan pag-asa gibutang sa countries, bisan asa nga countries, as long as naay code of ethics or code of conduct, no, ang nga gibuhat si senior management. Kay by that mag-govern og tarong, no, ang corporation or ang business. So ethical standard approaches for corporate governance, for example, a global consensus. So meaning naga-attend inyong businesses og mga partnership and networking with the following organizations, no. So for example, OECD naga-follow ta, no, nag-sign tag agreement nga katong mga anti-bribery and others. Going deep, wide, and local. So meaning atong ginatan-aw, no, we pursue a culture of ethical behavior that requires the firm to go deep, wide, and local. So going deep means gina-institutionalize jud nato, no. So meaning kung mao na ang practice sa main nga office, mo po dapat na ang practice sa other offices, no. Just like in no, naka-institutionalize tanan. Kung unsay gina-practice sa main, mo po gina-practice sa branches. Then we will have benefits of corporate governance. Unsa may benefits ani, no? First is increased employee commitment, second increased customer loyalty and sales, improved reputation and brand image, reduced likelihood of government intervention, reduced business costs, and improved financial performance. As basta pag moin tag good corporate governance, magdepende jud ang corporate governance sa senior management because they will be the one nga mo stand jud, no, maghimog mga balaod, no, sa business, mag-mandate nga dapat bawal ni mag-mandate sa kung dapat unsay buhaton with regards sa CSR. So ang top management jud, no, ang nakatutok aning corporate governance because kung okay ang governance sa top management, mo cascade jud na siya, no, makascade na siya sa rank and file. Because kung tahay dili pud maayo ang top management, we could really expect nga naay mga unethical behavior nga buhaton sa rank and file, no, nga level, even in the middle management. And last one, no, last nga topic is a framework for making ethical decisions. So we have framework, no, we have 5-step framework for us to arrive ethical decisions, no, sa business. First is we should have to identify first the problem. So kung nakakita na taghala na problema dira nga country or dira nga factory because naga-hire og naga practice og child labor, so meaning naka-identify na nato, no, then examine the facts. So nakita nato nga sa ato ang database na jud ta employee, no, natay mga employees nga below age ay below the legal age, no. Then next is create alternatives. So dapat magbuhat tag alternatives kay para dili para okay pod, no, ang proseso. So it's either mag-follow ta, no, should we follow utilitarian meaning which action result in the most good and least harm. So dapat tan-awon nato, no. Then rights, which actions preserve I respects the rights of everyone involved, fairness, common good and virtue. So magbuhat tag mga course of action or alternative nga pwede nato i-follow. Then implement the course of action. So kuntahay nakita na nato ang the best, no, among all the alternatives, we should have to implement na, no, the course of action. And the last one is we should have to evaluate results. So kung dili maayo ang evaluation, we should go back, no, sa pagbuhat og alternatives or basig na mali ta og identify sa problem. So by that, by evaluating the result, makabalo ta, no, if okay ba ang atong gibuhat nga action or dili. So I think that would be all, no, for ULOad A, no, under big picture B. So any question? So if you have question, you can raise it sa ato ang GC, no, if okay lang.